Hi, beautiful people. I'm your girl Chantal Shine with my co-host
Duku.
And yes, have you been wondering what's hot, what's trending, what's making headlines? We bring you the Spill District right here on YouTube at Dansoft Studios. Yes, we are going to dive into the juiciest stories. Yes, let's spill.
Yeah, let's spill. Chantal, you look good.
Thank you.
So now, yesterday, Lydia Gashumba got a stepmother. A well-known socialite, Mr. Frank Gashumba, is a father of two. One is Lydia Jasmine, and in the early 2000s, he adopted the one Nabukela. You remember that story, I think? Oh, do you remember the story?
Still,
yeah, he adopted Nabukela, who is apparently in the UK doing work.
Yes.
Then yesterday, he made a kuchala, and many people went to support Frank Gashumba, and it was a very expensive kuchala. But
at first I thought it was an introduction.
No, it was a kushala. And he even gave a whole crowd of cows. And then people were wondering, because remember, this is a socialite who has been in the public eye for over many years, and we all don't know what he does. But he lives a fancy life, a very luxurious life.
No one expected. I didn't expect that. Actually, these people should start telling us sometimes that, okay, if I'm going to get into a relationship, I'm going to duck Charles.
At least they give us a hint.
Yes, a hint. Because for heaven's sake, Gashumba, you know.
But then it surprised many, and it sparked up a debate on the internet.
Yes.
Many people were saying that the wife is way younger than Lydia Gashumba, the daughter.
I don't know why I'm not surprised.
And then and many people were disappointed because, we all know Frank Gashumba is this outspoken kind of person. It's so blunt, it's unapologetic. So they expected him to have to marry someone who is very, very beautiful. But I agree, the lady is just fine. She's fine.
She's fine. She's fine, but with the Gashumba, you know he's a man of class.
I know. At least I've met Gashumba once somewhere, and I know even if you're someone who follows Frank Gashumba, because he normally gives advice to young children, to young ladies and young men out there, like they shouldn't rush into marriage. And then again, me knowing Frank Gashumba, I'm suspecting that the lady, that one Mutoni Patience, she's the wife by the way, she's either from a very profile family, or she has 2 degrees on her head, because Frank Gashumba won't settle for less. Trust me, he won't settle for less.
Things in camera are different, and things on ground, they're totally different. So actually, I'm not surprised with the lady being young, but I think Gashumba is someone who sticks to his words. One time he was like, he was asked, why don't you show us that lady, that lucky lady? I was like, no, the lady is mine. But you want to see her. But
then I have to give it to the lady, because marrying Frank Gashumba, Frank Gashumba is a person. It's full of kajanja, so you have to be very submissive for someone to handle someone like Frank Gashumba. Then another thing which sparked a debate on the internet, the men were like, since Frank Gashumba has married on this age, we shouldn't be rushed into making that commitment.
But do you think she made the right choice to get married to Gashumba?
I think so, because...
Do you think it's fine for her to get, the age difference? even on age difference. The person we are talking to in particular.
The age difference is okay because I would advise, I feel like someone who is above, a man, if he's about 30s, is in the right sense and he has matured up, so he can, handle marriage. Marriage is a full life, it's a lifetime commitment. So I feel like, But anyway, congratulations to Frank Gashumba and Sheila Gashumba's stepmother, Motoni patient. But did you see?
It's funny to say that, Sheila Gashumba's because when you put the I will call them the girls because they look.
Yeah, they are probably in the same age bracket. But did you see Sheila Gashumba anyway on the event?
Yes, I did. I saw Sheila Gashumba. She was there, though I did not see her that excited.
Oh, okay. I feel like today I saw her post on her IG account. She posted the dad and the wife, congratulating them. She wrote a congratulatory message to their wife. I feel like she welcomed her stepmother with a loving, with all hands and a loving heart. And then apparently Frank Gashumba is called Vandim. I don't know if you've heard about that. So many of the Vandims were there to support a brother, the likes of Bujingo, Abrians, and they were all smart. So a big shout out to you, Frank Gashumba, and your new wed wife. Let's spill.
Yeah. Then we had that B2C concert.
Yeah.
That was on the 9th of May.
And it sold out.
Yes, the B2C, this is a big trio. A celebrity, like there are 3 musicians with their trio. That is Mr. Lee. For those who don't know, that's Mr. Lee, Julio, and Bobby Lash. Yes, and they've been in the industry for around 10 years.
That's quite a good time.
So it has become a thing in Uganda whereby when you reach you're in 10 years in industry, you give us a concert.
I feel like they are worthy to be celebrated because I remember when they were starting way back. Remember, by then we had that duo of Good Life, and it was very, very challenging for them because many times they were compared with a Good Life. Yes. And remember, Reddy and Weasel, they had good music, and here comes Free, other young adults starting, their way into the music industry. So, and way back, they have not looked back. From there, they have been, doing hits, and most of their hits come from, a big number of collaborations they made with profound artists like the likes of Rema Namakula.
Boyfriend, your love is a bomb.
So I feel like, they are worthy being celebrated. And on the same day, they happen to have the same concert with Kansime.
Actually, yes, we give them their flowers because, surviving in this industry for 10 years and it's a trio, it's not really that easy. But then when you're going to give us a concert, that big concert, we need to have more of your music before you give us that concert. The audience has to,
I feel like they have good music because they have good music, and basically their audience are women. Because, for example, Gutuja, there is this one song they sang with, they had whereby Linda Den was the vixen. That one,
It was a very nice song.
It was a good song. So I feel like the music is there.
That's their solo song. I remember. Whatever.
And being that many people were there to support the B2C, because I personally might not be a fan of the B2C, but I'll go in to see Rema Namakula perform because everyone likes to see Rema Namakula perform. So I would go there to see Spicy Diana perform. I would go there to see many other artists to performing.
Yes, when you speak that way, that it's a B2C concert, but you would go there to see Spice Diana perform. That means they are not triggering you. That gives me the question: have these people been giving us what we need in the last 1 year or 2
maybe I'm not
years?
their fan base.
I don't think that we've been really getting them as in the early years.
But I feel like they have tried because music industry is not an easy industry. It needs you to be to always ensure that you keep yourself in the limelight. Yes, they have not been so much apparently in the limelight, but at least they have been dropping some hit songs every year. So their music has been on the airplays.
You can't say that they've been silent totally.
Their music has been on the airplays. So, and then another thing which outstood for me about that B2C, remember, Diana Nabatanzi, she was one of the MCs on their concerts.
Yeah.
And then it's alleged that they are, having a relationship with Mr. Lee. But then after a few days, Mr. Lee goes to his status, our staff status.
Concert.
Yeah. And then on Mother's Day, he posted a one Angela Chilabo with a caption, my mother of my children.
Yes, you can be the mother of the children, you're not the wife.
But I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted this relationship to work. I wanted this relationship to work, so I'm kind of disappointed.
By the way, that relationship kept these people in the limelight. We will talk about them. But then let's go back to the show, to the concert, because I really want people to know, was that concert really giving?
Yeah.
Did people really? I don't think that the numbers we expected.
The concert sold out. Just that on the same day, we happened to have the Comet Grill of Anne Kansime. So I feel like the audience was divided. However,
that's not an excuse.
Because remember...
That's not an excuse for them because audiences are different.
Yes, audiences are very different. But remember, the Comet Grill of Anne Kansime, it was the first comedy show ever in the history. So many people went with a lot of anticipation, expectations. So they wanted to see what is it that Anne Kansime wanted to offer. So
you want to say, if it wasn't Anne Kansime's show, the B2C would have had more turn-up.
When did you last see Janelle Zamba on stage? Yes, right?
Yes.
And remember, this grill had Janelle Zamba performing. So I personally would go there because I was curious to see Janelle Zamba performing again. But again, I feel like they both, both shows sold out. Yes, they have different audiences, but at some point, there are also, let's not forget that there are some situations whereby I'm a comedy fan. At the same time, I'm a music fan.
Then still about the concert, I think I don't know whether this is about the planners, the event planners, but I think like Ugandan artists should normalize organization with their stages. What you're giving starts from your organization, starts from the stage, what you're wearing,
and the
not
lineup.
only what you're going to sing,
makes
the
sense.
dancers, the what. So I feel that there was a bit more crowd on the stage.
Yeah, and people could not concentrate on who was showcasing.
There are already 3 people.
Yeah,
there
so
are 3 artists.
And then
dancers,
backup artists.
Hey.
Yeah, that was too much on stage. I feel like that they didn't plan well, but again, those are the corrections I think they will do next time.
Yes, and the artists who came up, I saw their Rema Namakula. The body nowadays.
Rumors say that she might be pregnant
again,
and then the husband hinted on a possible wedding soon.
Yes.
So maybe that's enough for her to be, gaining that weight and all that.
Yeah.
So I feel like just a question is, does celebrating 10 years basing on the B2C's concert, has it lost meaning? Where do we give them the credit of celebrating the 10 years, or celebrating 10 years has lost meaning actually?
Actually, I think it was a nice concert, but it was not just any concert. It was celebrating 10 years. You know, when Spice Dinner was celebrating 10 years of Spice Dinner, I felt it that yes, these are 10 years.
The show was electrifying.
Yes.
I remember watching it.
It's not all about the singing. We know the songs. We know the lyrics. We want to see something different. We want to see something, you know. We want to see we're coming from where.
Something unique.
Yes.
You want to be surprised.
Yes, so it was a 10 years concert and I didn't feel like it was like a normal concert. It was lacking.
But should I say that maybe the advertising, they didn't advertise the show enough?
Yeah, by the way, advertising is very crucial.
Because most of the advertisement took place on TikTok.
And people are making a mistake out of that.
Yeah.
We are still watching TV.
Exactly.
We are still watching TV.
And remember, the TikTok fan base, most of them are from abroad and all that. So, yes, the numbers might be big, but let's not forget that there are also those other people from abroad. So I feel like that's a big mistake they do these days.
It was lacking. You know, we need all that hype before the show.
Exactly.
And one person I know who does that well is Spice Dan. When she's going to have a concert, you will know. By all means, you will know that she has a concert.
So
she'll do everything.
Yeah, moving to our next spill. Zari Hassan vows to go bare knuckles with the old women out there, trying, to ask for connections to his beloved sons.
They deserve it.
So, who is Zari Hassan? Now, this is a Uganda-based, this is a socialite, a Ugandan socialite, but currently based in South Africa. She married the late Ivan Semwanga in the early 2000s, and they have 3 sons, now grown-up adults. And then after her husband passing on, Azari went on to live her life and continue with the business legacy of the late Ivan Semwanga. Then later on, she married Diamond Platinum, and she became the queen of East Africa. And then they both had 2 children. And then from Diamond to Shakib, what do you think? Does that give her the criteria to threaten the old, ladies from,
because of
asking for connections?
Because she got married to younger men?
Yeah.
Hey.
But I feel like, because that's our statement.
How old? What age bracket?
I feel
Zari's children. Zari's boys.
The last, they are all 18, above 18. The ones with Ivan, the oldest, the youngest is now 18. So meaning they are all above 18.
Yeah, she has the right. But Zari's point was the disrespect. How dare you come into my DM? Tell me how you...
Women do audacious things, I'm telling you.
I'm not women.
But again, that's because she is in the limelight. She has brought her children in the limelight. I feel like she's someone who knew at some point that such situations will come at some point.
Yeah, and she got she said, if I can't connect my friends to my other friends, what gives you the guts to think I can connect you to my children?
Yeah, but I feel like your sister has to help her sisters in one way or the other.
No.
Because, Chantal, if you come out and, you put your children into the limelight, you expect a lot of things to happen. But again, one thing I don't agree with, and I feel like still in Zari's statement, she wasn't stopping old women from, wooing her children, but she was telling them to stop asking for connection. Meaning, if you are an old woman out there and you feel like, yes, I need to go for one of Zari's sons, you find your other ways of, approaching those sons, but not asking Zari for connection, because it's controversial. How can, my mother come to me and is like, I have a friend and, she's into you, so give her a chance, It doesn't really make sense. And I wonder, how do people think?
Yeah, I think maybe they get the guts because they see Zari dating younger men or the current husband is younger. So they are like, we can also tell you this.
Should we think that Zari also goes on and asking a connection from the mothers of those young men she has been dating?
Zari, and that statement no. They're like this. She's a woman of class.
Man, social media is it has a lot of electrifying information and stories. Let's spill.
So lately, our beautiful Lydia Jasmine, our beautiful vocalist.
Oh, Lydia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She has been caught up in wrangles recently with the one known Dan Flavor about the issue of our house.
The house. I heard about that.
So she comes out on her Snap. She posts. Nowadays, if you come out, you post a car, post a house, yeah? So she posts that my new home, a very big house, a nice house, flat. So people are like, hey, since when? Then this house, it's known that this house, Lydia Jasmine is renting this house. But she's renting the house from the person who leased it from the owner.
Oh.
And this is Dan Flavor. He leased the house from the owner and rented it to Lydia Jasmine. So the owner of the house is like, who is this posting my house? Why is she posting my house?
I feel like apparently Lydia, she's so much into the limelight. Cause just a week ago she had this saga with one blogger.
So what brings the question that comes to me, even if all that is right, do you have to come out and post a house you're renting really?
Maybe they misconcepted that whatever that's our words.
No.
This is my new home. If I go to, maybe I'm renting a space.
But
I'm the owner. I'm renting. I'm paying for this space, meaning I'm the owner.
With this particular person, any celebrity, if you come out, post we automatically know that is your house.
And now I feel like that has sparked a lot of debate in the critiques.
Wrangles between this Dan Flavor and Lydia Jasmine. Yeah. So what do you think about it? Did she really have to do that? Did she have to come out and post?
I feel like she's trying to keep herself in the limelight because it's alleged that she's soon giving an album, doing an album, and I feel like she's trying to do some to keep herself in the limelight because just a week ago, we also heard about the saga between her and the blogger, whereby the blogger posted her pictures on their site and they are body shaming. But Lydia came out and tried to clear the air and was asking for her fans to go on her page for reference to see the actual the right pictures. Of course I went on her socials, but trust me, the pictures weren't that different, just that hers were more edited. And maybe Big Guy wasn't, he didn't have enough time to do the editing.
So she says they edited the pictures. She says the Big Eye edited the pictures.
With the intention of body shaming her.
Now my question is, so Lydia Jasmine did not edit her pictures when she was posting them. She did not edit it.
Oh, maybe the picture, the camera angle. It could also have been the camera angle. And then another saga also happened between her splitting up with one Bushington. And Bushington came out is like she refused the album he had organized for her.
They split.
They split. She never liked the songs. So
but she's still promising us the album.
So that's saga after saga after saga. That
brings the question: What's
going on? Maybe she's trying to make this stance to keep her in the limelight so that we get to be seeing her every now and then. By the time the album comes out, So we already, familiar with everything we have been seeing. It will be a sellout. That's what I'm thinking.
But do you think this thing of artists making stunts all the time, do you think it's... to me, I feel like the more you make stunts, okay, it becomes meaningless.
And I feel like...
and moreover, stunts that are...
I feel like for someone like Lydia, because she's a very celebrated artist in Uganda, by now she must have outgrown those, tricks of doing stunts.
Some celebrities here who even celebrated their 10 years, but stunt after stunt. Every month we have a stunt. So I don't blame her.
Anyway, going to our next gist.
Are you a church person?
I pray a lot.
May I pray from home?
So tell me about Phaneroo. I heard about Phaneroo.
Yes, the Pastor Grace Lubega. It's been alleged that he came out. So he wants to build a church. So his ministries have been in existence, but actually in various places. But they've not had like a permanent building.
But he's a powerful pastor.
He's a powerful pastor who has captured most of the youth.
And rumors have it that he started way from with Watoto. He used to be a pastor at Watoto. He could fellowship with Watoto. Then he had to start his own ministry. And it has really captured a lot of attention.
Yes.
And it has, converted a lot of youth into Christianity and all that.
So after capturing all that attention, because today when you talk about Phaneroo, everyone knows Phaneroo.
He has a very big number.
Yes, I think now he uses this chance to come out and say, people of God,
we need to build a church.
I need $55 billion to build a church.
But churches are supposed to be that expensive? Because I feel like every pastor nowadays, they're trying to exaggerate that, that they are trying to exaggerate the ministry, because we've had Bujingo building Pentagon for years and years and years and years and years. Till now, people are still soliciting money for Pentagon. Then we've heard about Kakande. But for Kakande, he built like a mall. The church is at Mulago. It's very big. It's like on the entire village. So,
but I didn't hear him. I know people take their money, but I didn't hear him making, let's collect money. I didn't hear it anywhere, but I know people give their money. But by the way, it's a very big
But
church.
Me knowing Pastor Grace Lubega is a very honest man and is a believer. And he comes from a very humble background. If you're someone who follows Apostle Grace Lubega. And apparently even the government donated land for investment.
So do you think if people give out that money, do you think it will be put to use?
I feel like it will be put to use, because by the time the government comes out and is like, hey, have this land, put it to use, it means that they are benefiting. They are benefiting. And remember, the people...
What kind of church is that?
The people who fellowship at Phaneroo, they are loaded kind of people. They have money.
I doubt.
Why would you doubt?
I doubt, because with Phaneroo, it's the youth. The biggest percentage of people who go to Phaneroo is the youth.
But again, another thing...
And you can't tell me that the youth are the ones going to support that $55 billion church.
He also have donations. He receives donations from outside countries. So that alone can also maybe support God's work.
I personally, I don't think... I'm a godly person, by the way. But this thing of that...
But I'm wondering, how long will it take for this money to be collected and to be raised?
I think...
Because that's a lot of money, and I feel like people are going to solicit money. They'll keep on soliciting, in, year out.
It hasn't. We haven't got that amount we need. We haven't got that... Till
But anyway, the guy is a believer, so let's hope that money will come.
When pastors keep on doing such things, saying we need this big amount of money to build churches, they're proving to people that indeed they're making churches a business.
Yeah,
you can't tell me not to say that now churches are a source of money. When someone here is going to tell me that they want to build a church of $55
but
million.
When it comes to giving, doing maybe church and all that, I feel like it's a conviction between you and your heart. It's a conviction. That's what I think when it comes to giving and church. But still, the false churches are there. Many people have turned the churches into business.
When they're seeing you.
Why would you allow yourself to be seen with 1K?
No, you give what you have. Remember, in the Bible, the other lady gave their only.
But you don't have to make it a point that everyone has to notice that you're going to give that 1K. You understand? So
anyway, let's see where it goes. Let's hope we are not going to wait for that church forever to be built.
So let's hope for that. Let's hope that people will come in to support and money will be raised.
It's better you ask for that money and we are seeing the results of that money. With the meantime, like those of Bugembe,
okay,
they are building the churches. We are seeing where money is going. But the things of Jingwe.
So, Chantal, are you a fan of reality TV shows?
Very much.
Very much. So, what do you have to say about Kampala Creme?
Yeah, so Kampala Creme is a reality show that started way back. Was it 2024, 2023, 2024?
2024.
I think it was 2023.
But it started to be aired.
Going to season 3. It was 2023.
Okay.
Yes, and at the beginning we had on set we had Mami Deb, Zahara Toto, Baby Gloria, and Etania. Then season 2, Baby Gloria is nowhere to be seen. Then she's replaced with Laika.
Baby Gloria, I feel like that wasn't her personality because she's more like a gospel girl, a church girl.
Okay. Then again in season 3, this time 2 personalities are out. Laika is out, Etania is out.
You mean Etania is out?
She's out.
Actually, she's my favorite.
Yeah, she's
because she has all that whole vibe and the energy. She adds the energy to the show. So I'm wondering if she's out, does the show still the same as it used to be?
So the new rivals are Prima Kadash. Yeah, those people who don't know Prima Kadash, she was once the wife to Joe Steady.
And they have 2 kids.
Yes. So they have separated.
Zahara is still there.
Then we have the new rivals, Prima. Then we have Shina. She's also a socialite. Then we have Omra Mulunji. Those people of TikTok, you know her very well. That she's a classy lady. So I feel like this season.
So what do we expect? Because Prima herself, she's full of theatrics. And then on another side, we also have Zahara. She's so dramatic. She brings drama when it's not needed.
Their drama began on that day when those people were being revealed. Just on that day. So I was like,
So I'm always wondering, is this show scripted or it's a reality kind of thing?
I want to believe it's a reality.
Because I feel like at some point it's scripted because out of nowhere someone attacks the other. Remember Prima, she attacked Zahara like old age smells on her.
So you want to say that it's scripted so that they can get our attention?
Yeah, they try to get our attention.
The drama just at the beginning.
Because I wouldn't sit there and watch something which doesn't give me that vibe of drama and entertaining excitement. I want to see things which are, bubbling. You understand what I mean? So I feel like it's scripted. It's scripted. However, they try to let us think that it's a reality kind of setting, but it's scripted. That's what I think. Okay. And another thing, you've mentioned about the past casts who have gone, the likes of Etania, Baby Gloria, Laika. Do you think have they added any spark on the show?
Yes, I'll go with Etania. I really believe Etania leaving this show. I'm very much hurt. Like Etania leaving this show. I don't know whether there is any other person who's going to bring the vibe like she did. Then Baby Gloria leaving the show. Yeah, I feel I wanted her because she was known. You know, having a reality show, having personalities that are known by people on a reality show is very good.
Because it has numbers.
Yes.
And then promotion.
It's hard for someone to sit to watch a reality show when they hardly know those personalities. So I think Baby Gloria and Etania leaving the set, that's a loophole.
And Etania, I feel like Prima should be a perfect replacement for Etania. What do you think about that? Because
let's see how it goes, because like Etania, was it on her snap? She posted, she was like, yo, I'm bringing, like, I brought Prima to punish Toto.
But again, Prima, apart from being Just Studies XC, what has she done? What does she do? Because we have known her for that, basically.
I knew that she had Prima Lusania. That's
Prima Lusania.
And also that she was the wife. But I know she's going to bring that drama. But shout out to DSTV. They're doing an amazing job. You know, such reality shows, they have an impact on our industry.
True.
On our art industry. This in particular, Kampala Creme, is, I think it can be leveled up to other reality shows in other countries. Yes, I think Uganda is very well represented.
Okay. Yeah. Get us started with the proms.
Yeah.
So
we've been in the season whereby high schools are doing their proms. Yeah. And I must say,
it's that it's that phase when youths are excited, you know, which kind of suit to put on, which kind of dress to put on, you know, they want to showcase themselves.
Yeah, you know, prom is an event that is put. Originally, it's an event that's put there for the candidates, so that they could have some time together, have some fun, make memories. Something simple, but today.
But again, this alpha generation, you know me, I'm a Gen Z. And I'm sure, are you a Gen Z? Are you in a Gen Z generation or alpha? But
I'm there.
During our days of prom, for me, prom was, you know, it was kind of simple. It wasn't so exaggerated like the way nowadays people do it. Because even last year, someone came with an helicopter.
Yeah, that was the start of it all. Ugandans were like, okay,
and then
count some sense in us. What's that? And you know, Ugandans never forget. You know, Ugandans never forget. Because I remember that guy who flew in with an helicopter. When the time for results came in, they were, you know, very serious asking for results. Yeah, we want to see the result of the helicopter guy.
Yes. But again, what do you have to say about proms? Do you think that the trends that, you know, people youth nowadays, they invest a lot of money and resources in those proms?
I think we should learn to embrace the new. Yes, we should learn to embrace the new. You don't expect prom that happened in the 2019 to be 2017 to be the same proms that are happening right now. Actually, I would advise parents, take your child to a school you can afford.
Man.
In affording not only school fees, the lifestyle of your child.
True, that makes sense.
Starting from all those stuff, grab money.
And
can you, because you're not going to come here and I heard some people there on the internet like, should be banned.
Criticizing and all that.
Like, yo,
man,
if you don't have that money,
after watching these guys of Elite,
yes,
you know, Elite guys on their prom, you would feel like what you did back in the days was, nothing was trash. You feel like you want to go back, revisit those years and do again.
Yes, so today, let me tell you, those people are planned kids.
I know.
And by the way, they do hire those because Elite, I swear, if you don't have a car, you don't know what you've come to do from. And we're talking about cars,
not
the
spacious, not what the big cars.
So I'm telling all those critics who are criticizing the prom thing, the new trends, my dear, know your standards. Take your child to the school you can afford. You see.
But I feel like the middle class people are left behind, and it's not fair to their children because remember, this thing is all over the internet. A person might be there and their children, they are pressurizing them to.
That goes back to the way you're raising your child.
Okay.
Teach your child to know what's there, what we have.
So do you think that it's a right move for those proms to be showcased on the internet all over social media?
I support that because it is a good thing for the schools themselves. It is a good thing. Actually, the schools are putting more into, the fee they pay for that. Some schools even pay 500.
Yeah, lots of money, my dear. Lots of money.
Those people are advertising their schools indirectly. So it's a good thing for them.
But again, I watched those prom and it was, massive. It was wowing.
I love it because
the artists.
We are always here waiting to see. Now, like the elite prom, we're always waiting. We want to see. So in those days, when you would do a prom like it's like a birthday party, no one would. Where would we get to know that people are rich like that? So let us enjoy the entire. Because for me, I'm always here waiting to see which school.
And it was giving, by the way, because
nice.
One thing I like about those proms because you get to see people showcasing different attires. I like someone who tries to put some energy into looking good. One thing I've realized with those, elite guys, they put a lot of energy into, looking good.
And that's money.
Into their prom, yes.
Looking good is money.
There is someone who having money, but they don't put enough effort into, nailing it, into rocking it, you understand? But these guys go all the way in and they make it, to become a talk of the show and all that.
Yeah, and these people who are talking about banning these proms, they should know that the more luxurious the prom is, the more money for different people, the event planners, the people who are hiring the cars, the people who are making the outfits.
Yeah,
it's a win-win.
It's a win-win, true. So
as we winding
up, we also have Azawi. About new releases, Azawi, the Swans Avenue queen, songwriter, celebrated musician, she has released Talking Stage. And just a week ago, she went on her socials and then promised us, like she has over 200 journals, because she turns her music from her journals. That's joy, pain, and all that. Because her music, she said her music is her diaries. So when she's maybe down, she jots down the experiences. When she's excited, she jots down the experiences. When she's confused, she jots down the experiences. So from those experiences, she composes. So now she teased us that she has over 200 journals.
And we're not ready.
And she will be releasing. Now she has started with a Talking Stage. And this is a song which, talk about love, pain, and then whereby the emotions are deepening but there is no clarity, whereby lust and commitment is contradicted. I feel like it's an emotional kind of song.
Something that has not been from Azawi.
Yeah, from Azawi, but remember, she's a talent. she's a talent. We all agree, both the fans and the critics agree that she's really a good diva and a good talent. But basing on her personality, as you all know that she has that, tomboy kind of element in her. Do you think that she fits the criteria of singing such songs?
With Azawi, I think she can, if she decides that I'm going to do this kind of music today, it will be a win for her. This kind of music, it will be a win because the Azawi that came with Queen Emini, it's not the Azawi of
today.
Those are two different, and they were both.
And by the way, one of my best song for Azawi from Azawi is this song whereby she said "Bam to Teda." Yes. I like that song.
Yeah.
You know that song.
Yeah.
It does well for me. I like that song, and so this gives me to the question. So what if an artist has over 200 songs and they have not made it to the airplays? So what should we expect?
You mean Azawi has not made it there?
No, she's there, but she claims
Azawi is there.
She claims she has 200 songs you've not yet listened to.
But they have not been, maybe they have not even been in studio. Yeah, many artists have songs just there, but they haven't brought them in studio. But it's good to have your music there prepared.
Has she been having recently any it's playing on? Because if you have
she
music,
has there is this one collab with Dax Vibes.
Because to me it doesn't make sense if you have music that you're sitting on and you don't have any it going on. You rather be releasing music.
Those people have their own timing. They have their own timing. They know when to release music.
Maybe that's...
She knows if I release music while Ava is still releasing music, will it work?
Okay. Then also...
That's what I think. I don't know if it's that... Yeah. Okay, Speaking of Ava,
let's watch
still
the
on
space.
The new releases. So Ava has a new song called Omwana.
Mwana. Yeah. What does the song, Mwana features and all that? So it's
more of a... Actually, this new song, Ugandans come out and like, this girl is a copycat. This song was not hers. She stole the song. But the owner of the song, they're saying that he's the owner of the song, hasn't come out to say that, to complain.
And how controversial that can be, because there is this song she have, that kind of song. I feel like the tune was copied somewhere. Yeah, the tune and the lyrics were copied also from
some international artists.
Yeah, from some international artists.
But that's not something new here in Uganda.
Many artists have been doing it.
Have done that.
The likes of Fake Fameka, and they have succeeded.
So I just feel that, especially Shibaholics are all over this girl. They see her as a threat to Shiba. But I think actually it's alleged that she did not steal the song. They settled they agreed with the owner of the song so that she could take up the song. And to me, the original is not better than the current. I love Ava's version. Ava's version is more of like modernizing. What this kadongo kamu that like Elijah Chitaka did with Echange. It's a very nice song.
And I feel like even the attires she portrayed in the video, because I kinda watched the video, she was trying to promote Ugandan culture, and she was showcasing our culture. I feel like we should give her credit on that.
Give her flowers.
Yeah, we'll give her credit on that. And then you talked about the Shibaholics. Styling, debate and disagreement between Ava
and Shiba.
Do you think this comes after Ava joining TNS? Because remember, Shiba also is a TNS. Do you think it comes after, Ava Peace joining TNS and Shiba was also a TNS artist?
Yes. Some people think that Jeff made Ava a replacement of Shiba. But Ava came out and was like, I cannot be Shiba. I'll never be Shiba.
Shiba is on another level.
I'm Ava Peace.
Yeah.
She's not saying I will never be good as Shiba. I won't be Shiba, but I'll be good. And just that, fans.
But I give it to Ava because she has managed to be on, to keep herself on the Uganda entertainment scene.
And the way Jeff is growing this girl is it's just like how he was with Shiba. This Shiba every month, after 2 months, a song, a new release. This is Ava.
And Jeff is a good manager. He's a good manager.
So, all those things people are comparing. Ava is also bringing music, just like Shiba was. The dress code, the color. Yeah, that's all. That's it for today as we wind up for our show. So stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can't miss out on any episodes that we are bringing, because we are here to serve you all the topics on entertainment, social justice, celebrity updates. So don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. This is the School District right here at Dansoft Studios. Thank you.